Are you avoiding yourself? We're going to talk about it on today's podcast.
I've spent the last 20 years studying, teaching, and coaching people to find their greatness and take their lives to the next level. Along the way, it's become evident that emotions are at the root of everybody's successes and failures. Worry and fear are the enemies, and it's time to forge the armor and earn the tools to overcome the two things that could single-handedly destroy your future. Hi, my name is Michael Johnson, and I'm a life coach, a peak performance trainer, and I'm the emotions guy. It's time to take back control of how you feel, control of how you act, and control of how you experience life. It's time to become a lifer, a new breed of overachiever focused on living every minute to its fullest. We are responsible for how we feel, and no one and no thing can make us feel anything. Emotional mastery is our journey, and emotional education and intelligence is the key. We are lifers, and this is Magic for Life.
What's up, lifers? Michael Johnson here with the Magic for Life podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to talk about this crazy idea, this crazy subject. Are you avoiding yourself? Here's the thing. I've coached people for a lot of years. I mean, going on 20 some odd years now, and dealt with a lot of people and a lot of different situations and a lot of scenarios. And I've watched so many times and in so many cases how people will literally do the craziest things. I mean, like you wouldn't even imagine, all so that they can avoid themselves. It's literally the most amazing thing. Now, the biggest question that I have for you today is that, are you one of them? What have you done? Take a look back, just glance back for a second into your history and imagine, were there any times that you did things where you were literally just avoiding yourself? That seems crazy, right? It seems like, why would I do that? I wouldn't avoid me. But here's the thing. We create scenarios. We create situations. We create our world. You create the world you're living in. You are the one responsible. It's a little bit of a tough pill to swallow sometimes. There is no outside force that forces you to believe, think, or take on the meaning of anything except for the way that you want to take it. Somebody comes up and punches you in the face, and you get to decide how you're going to take it, what you're going to do about it, right? And again, I am not going to talk to you about what's good or what's bad. I don't know, because I don't know the situation, and only you would know that situation and how you should react and what you should do, what it means. But here's the thing. Everywhere you go, there you are. And that's the thing. We have to get to the point where we realize we are the ones that need the work. We have to work on us, because you could change your situation. You could change your environment. You could change your friends. You could even change your family group. You can change all of the things you want in your world. You can go off to college. See, a lot of us went off to college to change our world, change our stars, and change our environment, and change the people we hung out with. And all of those things work. But the problem is you still are there. Now, I'm not saying you're bad. In fact, I believe that you have a massive superpower, something amazing inside of you that is going to change the world. Now, it could be just your world. It could be 2 or 3 people. It could be a massive millions of people type world. You have something great in you, and it's a matter of trying to figure out how to bring it out. But everywhere you go, there you are. And it's a doozy. Honestly, it's a doozy, because really, if you don't deal with your demons, if you don't get yourself in alignment, if you're out of congruency, meaning that the blocks of your world are not sitting on top of each other congruently, that's a very simplistic way to put it. But if you're not congruent, it's going to find you. It's going to get you. It's going to, right? We're talking about it as if it's something outside of you. It is you, right? And that's killer, right? But you have to understand, everywhere you go, there you are. Now, here's the thing. If you remember, right, for many of us, we moved off and went to college somewhere else, and we changed our world, right? We changed our environment, we changed our friend group, and maybe we had some profound impact. Maybe we were ready to change. Maybe we were on that precipice, the edge of changing and being done with what we were, who we were, how we were. And so we said, okay, I'm going to change. I'm going to act differently. Now, if you went into that scenario and you started acting and being and feeling and talking differently, that is a perfect example. But oftentimes when people do that, they take them with them. The old version, they take them with them. Oftentimes people use it as an excuse. And if you have done that, you may know what I'm talking about. You may have transported from one place to another, and you may have decided, okay, now I'm going to be something else. And there was nobody there who knew the other you. When those two worlds cross, sometimes it's a little awkward. But it happens. And you can change. But here's the thing. Did you need to change the environment? Well, you still were there. Yes, it helped. And that is a thing, right? You can change your environment. You can change your behaviors. You can change your beliefs. You can change those things at any time you'd like. And sometimes it just takes a little catalyst. And that is the case. You take something like a stick and you rub it together hard enough, and you can give it a catalyst to start a fire. Now, if it starts a little spark or a little smoke or a little heat, it can light a fire, but you can also give it a little catalyst and spark it. Now it will light a fire. And this is a really big deal, because sometimes when you use an environment change or a surrounding people change, it can give you that catalyst. But if you're not careful, you show up again. You have to understand that those tendencies and the things that you've learned and your beliefs that you have, those things have to be addressed. And you might be in a situation, you might be in a place in your world right now where you're looking at that and you go, yeah, you know what? I've done that a couple times. I've changed the environment, hoping that it would be enough that I might have changed in it, but then I showed up again. Or I might have changed my friend group in hopes that I would change, but then I showed up again, right? And you've heard that phrase, and I'm trying to remember what it is specifically, but this idea specifically that if you take you into another situation, you're still the other situation, right? You can take, what do they say? You can take the man out of New York, but you can't take the New York out of the man. Well, it can be done, and you can indeed change anything you'd like. You are in control. You do have the power. You have this incredible superpower inside of you. And I know it for a fact. There has been no one that I haven't been able to find their superpower inside of them and bring it out to play with the rest of us. You have a superpower in you, and that will go with you everywhere you go, no matter what you do. And some of you, maybe many of you, are suppressing that superpower. But let me tell you what, no matter where you go, everywhere you go, there you are. And this is a major, major deal. I'd like to invite you to finding that superpower. I'd like to invite you to understanding that running from your environment, running from your current situation may help. And it may be a temporary spark or catalyst that you need, and I get it. But if you don't make the changes internally, if you don't go in and find your superpower and start to bring it out, develop it, build it, and create something with it, then you're still going to show up. The other side, not the superpower side, because we all have that too. We all have that ability to underutilize the powers that we have innately. We all have that ability to not show up. You've done it. I've done it. We've all done it. But we also have the ability to show up, to do something grand, to be powerful. And I'd like to invite you to finding that superpower. And if you need help, for goodness sakes, this is what I do. Please let me know that you need some help finding your superpower, because you know what? I want to help you find it, because you might be the one that's going to change millions of people's lives. And I'd love to help. But we have to find that superpower, and we have to realize that everywhere we go, there we are. It's time to make some changes, and maybe you're living at a high life. Maybe you're operating on a high level right now, or maybe you're right there at that level feeling a little stuck, and you're just thinking to yourself, gosh, what do I need to do to find my way through? And I ask you right now, what is your superpower? Can you say it without any bashfulness, without any sort of being ashamed, without anything at all holding you back? Can you say, this is my superpower and I am using it to change the world, whether it's your world around you or whether it's the world at large? Can you say that you're using it? If not, it's time. Let me know. I'd love to help. I'd love to be part of your journey. I hope to hear from you soon. And if you know somebody that needs to hear this, please share it with them. We'll see you on the next podcast. Take care.
Hey lifers, we expect upgrades to the base operating functions of the things like our phones, cars, and even refrigerators. Why then has it not been made a priority that we upgrade the operating systems of our emotional states? We dance around the subject of emotional mastery from a young age. We have so much more knowledge in today's world, yet we're still teaching outdated methods of emotional education, if any are being taught at all. It's time for a change. It's time for an upgrade to our emotional education. Let me help you learn how to do that. Pick up your free copy of Every Minute at everyminutebook.com.